Yeah, when it comes to fries, I would love to try making my own homemade ketchup and fries for my tomato plants, considering they're potatoes underground and tomatoes above ground all on one plant. Then I can say that I made both ketchup and fries from the produce of one plant, and see how both the ketchup and the fries of these individual plants taste like. I need to mark that as my thing. I think it was just north from here, right? Yeah, it's north from here, but yeah, I'll track that. I think that that's like bragging rights as well to say that you made ketchup and fries yourself and from the produce of just one plant. I mean, it's a plant that's made up of the parts of multiple plants grafted together, but it itself is one plant. So, I get so I'd like to see what that's like. Make a whole meal there with the one plant, which will be really awesome and hopefully really, really tasty. We shall see. And you were timed out from chat there, what with the, you redeemed the 10-minute timeout there, Guzma, and now you're unmodded, because that's what happens when you get timed out. Feels bad. Let's see here. And what else have I missed here? Do not like fries, texture issue? Well, that's a serious skill issue. Like, fries that you like are really thin shoestring fries. Fair enough. Definitely not, well, it's not lagging as much.
The one who saves my posterior.
Not everything is going to be for everyone. Yeah, let's see here. Anima, if you ever order sweet potato fries, you want honey on the side as your dip? I don't think I've ever tried honey as a fry dip. Either with, like, regular fries or sweet potato fries, either or. I don't think I've ever tried honey as a dip. Fries.
Come back with your shield, or under it.
I believe that's with your shield or on it.
No, I'm sure it's under it. But just as I gestured with my shield, I slammed it into my toe. And now I can barely stand, let alone act.
Do I have to act now?
Cancel the play after so much work, Thespis.
And then I have to, like, choose the answers on the stage?
We'd have to give back people's drachmae.
The show must go on. My Leonidas is right in front of me.
What?
That expression.
Me?
I mean, I've been roped into these situations earlier in this playthrough, so I mean...
On stage, I am. Think of it. You could bring the great man's memory back to life.
In real life, I actually studied drama in junior high school for all 3 years that I was in junior high school.
Destiny.
It's my destiny. I was part of an improv team as well. And I would have taken it in high school as well, but I was taking a lot of other classes. I didn't have any space in my schedule. Like, I never had any spares in high school.
The next part is directed at Xerxes.
Oh god, I actually gotta remember. Hold on.
The Persians come to make slaves of us all. I have a better idea. I say we drench the gods in wine!
I'm pretty sure Leonidas said, drench the gods with their blood.
I know what I wrote. Finally, when you confront...
Maybe I can just choose whatever sounds good at the time. It doesn't necessarily have to be what he's telling me.
Tomorrow is a day the kings will remember.
Tomorrow is a day the world will remember. Leonidas battled for all of Hellas and its freedom, not just Sparta.
I'm sure you'll get it right. If you like, go rehearse with the rest of the cast. But if you feel ready, to the stage with you.
I'm so prepped. Let's go.
Ready. Let's start the play.
Let's do it. This is gonna go amazingly. Is there a slight fire on the stage?
Welcome to our play, the heroic tale of King Leonidas and his 300 Spartans. Behold, your Leonidas.
Thank you for being here. Remember that Leonidas was not
I'm just
only
in my
the king
regular
of
gear
Sparta,
still.
but the savior of all Greeks.
I am Dionysus.
Okay, it's this guy.
Lieutenant of the great Leonidas. I will serve him until Hades himself comes to claim him.
Oh, he's doing pretty good.
Commander, my king, we are outnumbered and outmaneuvered. What can I do to help?
This guy's actually doing good.
What does the Spartan general
Like, of course, it's a little
say to
cheesy,
his
but, like...
right-hand man?
Like, he's actually... You can tell that he's putting his heart into it, though. When he had, like, no experience with acting, and we were like, hey, if you're a real soldier, why don't you come and do it if you want more real soldiers? And he's definitely giving it. Good on him. Come back with your shield or on
Come
it.
back with your shield or on it.
Why is it fading through black now? Oh, to show that it's gonna be a later time.
I am Xerxes,
Yeah, and I do just have to
king
select
of
the things.
Persians. Your puny gods mean nothing to me. Kneel before my mortal self. You Spartan cur! I will grind you and your people under my sandal.
How will Leonidas reply to his mortal enemy, Xerxes?
Drench the gods in wine. Let's drench the gods in blood.
The Persians come to make slaves of us all. I have a better idea. I say we drench the gods with their blood.
Ooh, people are hyped.
I'm Ephialtes.
I would love to do some sort of acting thing just for fun one day.
I'll bring doom to the Spartan army by
Probably just
revealing
as like a one-off because I don't have a whole lot of time, but like,
the Spartans won't
I do
stand
have fun
a chance.
acting. Honestly.
I have defeated your plans, Leonidas. What will you do now?
Maybe one day when I have
fool?
time, I'll continue my Minecraft series and
Traitor
more
dares
acting in that
to
way.
fight to his king. What will Leonidas say to that?
Since there's the whole story going on that I wrote for that. It's just hard to find the time to do that. Today is a day the world will remember.
Today was a day the Persians will never forget. Tomorrow is a day the world will remember.
Oh, look how hyped people are. Those two people right next to each other doing the exact same animation.
Great job, my friend.
Honestly, good on that one general.
Because I don't think Thesbus will be happy you went off script.
I think I can take care of him.
I can't believe it. You ruined my perfect script.
Didn't you hear the crowd? They wanted to hear the real story of Leonidas. I should know. He was my grandfather.
You never stop performing. I love that. You almost had me convinced, you joker. Here, you're part of the take.
Thanks. Maybe I'm more of an actor than I thought.
Well, the show must go on. I got a Steam achievement for that. There was one of these blue quests I didn't get a Steam achievement for, but most of them I do. Whoa, weird teleporting there. But yeah, I see that there was a whole bunch of food talk going on while that was happening that I missed. Where's the... Are the actors still here? I want to talk to that general guy. I don't think they're here anymore. That's a shame. Yeah, it's just on fire here. Like, honestly, good on that guy. I honestly thought, like, he might sandbag at first. Like, it was kind of a bad idea to bring him in when he was like, oh, like, why are they putting people in these roles that don't have any of that experience in real life? They should put, like, more actual military people into these shows. And then I was just like, hey, if you're a real general, if you're a real soldier, come do it. And he was like, sure, gladly. I thought for sure this is gonna go wrong in some way. But no, he actually seemed to do really good. So good on that guy. Props to him. So, yeah. Harmonia, help. They're interrogating you because you can't eat potato. Joke. I saw mention of curry earlier. And on the subject of, curry. I saw Anma mention curry and then I had that on the mind. I saw that poutine was mentioned earlier. That's what I was trying to say. One of the mods of the channel here, Carvia, has told me many times before, like, oh, if I ever come to Canada, I'm gonna have to try out poutine. Since that's one of the things that you gotta try if you're in Canada. That's the Canadian thing. Gravy on fries. And he'd asked me, like, if I had poutine a whole bunch. At one point, this was many years ago, I said, like, no, I don't actually like poutine because I don't like gravy. And he was like, what? How can you live in Canada and not be having poutine? I'm pretty sure at one point, like a few years ago, I did just try a bit, like, that I was sharing with someone that I went to some sort of event with. I don't remember what the context even was. And I sent him a picture of the poutine that I had little bits of, and he was like, oh, I'm big jealous. It's awesome that you got to try poutine. Anyway, so, poutine with Carvia and I is, certainly something. If he ever comes and visits here, then maybe I'll have to get him a thing of poutine and eat that with him. Maybe what I have to do, if I can ever convince him to come over here. We shall see. If I can ever convince him to come to Fragapalooza and, like, mop up the Smash tournaments, considering he's the best Smash player I know. If I can ever convince him to do that, we could go grab some poutine. But yeah, you actually genuinely can't eat potato. Joke was on the interrogation part. Gotcha there. But yeah, I mean, definitely not for everybody there. At least it's not like tomatoes. My cousin and his 2 kids, like, all despise tomato. But they love ketchup and other tomato-based products, but just can't eat actual tomatoes and think that they're disgusting. And it's like, what? Really? I don't get it. I don't understand. Also, with my cousin's younger kiddo, because she's coming out to the lake with me tomorrow and then just back on Wednesday since we're all going to Fragapalooza. She was asking during this, like, family dinner today if she could just, like, stay over here for the night. My parents were like, yeah, the basement is undergoing renovations. Where do you even go? No, just go home. I'll go pick her up tomorrow morning. Tell me what I can do to help.
Gods leave us to fend for ourselves. Tell me what you need, and maybe I can help you.
True enough. You look like you can handle yourself. Filthy swine stole my prized tools, though they are worthless to them. I am ruined unless you can help me.
Point me towards these thieves.
And I will bring the heavens down upon them.
Praise Zeus. I am the artist Podiklitos. Hunt down the bandits and recover my prized tools.
Okay, so there's gonna be people that I'm fighting.
What is your name, Mystios?
I've barely used my kick so far this stream.
Could it be true?
What?
No, nothing.
I want more opportunities to kick.
Recover my tools and I'll see you rewarded.
Okay, will do. New quest, the Measure of Man. For the bandit camp to recover the tools. Did it mark the oh, it did mark the location. And it's over there. Whoa, some slight lag here. But yeah, and Shuck hates tomatoes as well, but likes barbecue sauce. I don't know much about what goes into barbecue sauce because I've never been much of a fan. Or tomatoes in that. I guess it wouldn't be too surprising there. And yeah, my cousin and his kids, they all hate tomatoes. Kuzma. Met people who hate tomatoes but love ketchup. Like, yeah, what? So maybe it's just they like the sugar plus tomato taste, something like that. I don't know. Cover the tools. So the thingamabobs is, so can't eat tomato most of the time. There are lots of specifications that you have when it comes to food. Don't hate your autism, but this is one part that does kind of suck, not being able to eat as much stuff. Yeah, that would definitely be kind of sucky there. Oh. Harass. I guess I'll just go in. Maybe there's things that are similar to tomatoes that you might be able to try out and maybe like for those that don't like tomatoes. Like, I've been growing a whole bunch of other things in the nightshade plant family this year. So the nightshade plant family is like tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, eggplants are the big 4 commercialized ones. But there's actually a lot of species in the nightshade family. Even the chat over there is lagging. It's a little bit behind. I don't know what the heck is going on there. Oh, no, maybe it's getting up to date here. I don't know, it's being weird. Maybe it's just my own chat that's being behind and then I'm seeing a discrepancy. Like, the things that I'm growing that aren't tomatoes in the nightshade family are golden pearls, amber pearls, cimbalo, purple hell tomato, and kangaroo apples. I don't know if my kangaroo apples are gonna make it. My purple hell tomato is still growing. It came up a little bit late. It should hopefully fruit. There's a bunch of fruit on my golden and amber pearls, and the golden pearls are the only ones that have been ripe enough to actually try some yet so far this season. And, I think I like tomatoes more than I do golden pearls. They're like, they almost look like really tiny yellow tomatoes. They're pretty seedy. In terms of seediness, they're kind of like a Saskatoon, but like a small tomato. And they're like these little pops of flavor. I think that they're okay on their own. They'd probably be good in a salad. I assume that amber pearls will be pretty much the same. The one I'm really looking forward to trying is cimbalo. I do have a bunch of cimbalo berries on the vine. I'm trying to wait until they're less firm for them to be ripe. I mean, I don't know how to perfectly identify a ripe cimbalo because I've never picked any before, but they look really cool. If I look it up here, this is what a cimbalo looks like. So they're in the exact same plant family as like tomatoes and potatoes and all that. And they're really funky looking. They look basically like little miniature watermelons. And it's, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they taste like because I have a whole bunch of these growing in my backyard right now. So I'm feeling them every day or every other day, waiting for them to be a little bit less firm because apparently you want to wait for them to have a little bit of give before they're ripe. I mean, they always look green, so it's kind of hard to tell color-wise. when they're ripe. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what they taste like. I don't have any branches that are this covered right now. Most of my branches that did have that many flowers have like 2 to 3 on them. But now I'm getting branches, like more branches coming up with a whole bunch of flowers, so maybe the newer ones will start being covered with a whole bunch of fruit. It's just like the first 1 to 2 branches that only end up getting a couple berries. The first couple ever made on the plant. So, this is what I'm looking forward to trying out. Seeing if it's any good. And maybe I'll find out in the near future. And then maybe I'll be able to recommend Symbolo to those that don't like tomatoes, but want to grow something that's, like, related to tomatoes, but isn't a tomato. Maybe the case. We'll see how good they taste. So, yeah. Whoa. Here, chill here. Screw it, I'm fighting people. This is gonna take too long to stealth. I'm feeling lazy. Oh, he almost one-shot me. What the heck? Just do this. Just team up on him. Oh, friendly fire there. Nice. Okay, cool. And then adrenaline off of this guy. I'm surprised that I'm actually getting the full animation, not just like a single hit with a difference in elevation from where I started that at. Oh, that's how animations work. It did make the animation be a little bit weird. Okay, so something about this camp though, and there's some tools somewhere here. I guess I'll free these guys. I don't know if that'll lead me to the tools. Maybe it's something over there. This guy's still alive. I can recruit him. I thought my ally killed him. Sure, he's a friend now. What? Alright. I recruited his spirit and then banished his body to the Shadow Realm. Is what I guess I did. Like, my goodness gracious. Interesting thought recently, I might have a change in career if being a cook in Canada here works out for you. I became a flight attendant? It's a very different career idea, but I don't know what the prerequisites for something like that would be. But yeah. Let's why is this guy like running back in? I thought I just freed him. What's this guy doing? Anyway, it's neither here nor there. What? Oh, well, I'm out of the restricted area now. Now I am. So, horse. Come with me. We have places to be. I recovered the tools, but this is definitely not going to be the end of this quest because it is never that easy. Hey, how's it going?
I found your tools.
Yeah, it's definitely less lag.
Believe it. Maybe you really are from Olympus.
Don't be ridiculous, I'm like you.
I am flesh and blood like you.
Oh well, at least those villagers from the new farm pay well. I need to get there safely. If you escort me, I'm sure they will treat you lavishly.
What is this
What
village?
can you tell me about this village?
Linu is a small region of devout villagers and farmers. Hard-working people, very serious in their beliefs. They hired me to make them a sculpture of, well, the Eagle Bearer.
Really? Why?
They know your name and your deeds and believe you to be their savior.
Why did you think I was a god?
I carried the blood of Olympus in my veins.
Your reputation precedes you, and the villagers of Linu can't stop talking about you.
Let's
Lead
go to
me
this
your
village.
farm. I'll make sure you get there safely.
Excellent. I'm sure they will honor you with gifts and riches.
Then let's go. How did you learn of
All
this
right,
village?
let's go.
My doctrine on
But yeah, I'm not
renown.
entirely sure how much time you would really be given for leisurely travel along the way with
You
a
came all
flight
the way
attendant,
from
but
Argos?
They offered good drachmae. It's
Oh,
not
big
easy
spins.
being an artist, you know.
and yeah, I've never
What
heard
is
of
this
that
going to look like when you're done?
either.
Well, you, I suppose.
Bonk.
Me?
They worship the Eagle Bearer. They told me lots of
Just
stories.
play this like it's
To be fair, this
1976, right?
Oh, I expect
1976's Death Race. Whatever year that movie came out. Came up in one of my video essays once.
Who
In
determines
regards to
what is
violence in
beautiful?
video games.
Ma.
Wah! Wah, Luigi!
ability of all the parts of the body.
And yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too, with the radiation there. Also, why is that part not showing up on the... Maybe this chat that I'm reading from is just like super delayed. or something. So I'm reading messages late, like way long after they've already come and gone on the actual screen here. I don't know. But yeah. Well, it's not half bad money, but I don't know what prerequisites there would be. If there's anything extra needed there. Why am I just walking? Why can't I run?
You saved
Yeah.
my hide.
Oh, like, depending on some
you've
crewmates
given me
heard from a
great
Reddit
reference.
who worked in that field for a
Let us talk
decade.
to the
I don't know if I
priestess
necessarily
and
trust
properly
Reddit all the time, but
Good Polyklitos. You made it.
Priestess Exioni, my journey was a test from the gods. But look what miracle they have delivered.
Who is this?
I'm Cassandra.
The Mystios you told me about. She appeared like a bolt from Zeus and rescued me from road bandits.
The Eagle Bearer. This is an unexpected honor.
Glad to visit. How have you heard of me?
Certainly you jest. Your deeds are carried along the winds and sung through the stars. We are but a poor village, but your being here gives us hope to cling to in this hard world.
And soon there will be a statue to capture a hint of your glory.
To have our patron walk among us and give us divine fortune is a wonder. We will be eternally blessed.
you give me too much credit.
You are giving me honors I don't deserve. I am just happy I could help Polyklitos.
Great and humble is the Eagle Bearer. There are many lowly servants in our village who could benefit from a kind word from someone of your grace.
Who are they?
There is a shepherdess, Herifil. You can find her near the stable south of here. Akatos, the hunter, who has a small house on the west end of the village. And Menarkas, a young farmer. His fields are to
I have
the
to go
east.
see so many people. What's the
Who's
shepherdess'
the
story?
shepherdess? And what's her story?
Herifil tends a small herd of goats. Recently, she had a scare in the forest and lost 2 of her flock to wolves.
What does the hunter
What
need?
can you tell me about the hunter?
Watch them all send me
Akatos is
to
worried
go
he
chat
cannot
with 3
provide
new
for the
people as
village,
well.
Since he recently injured
This is gonna
himself.
turn into a pyramid scheme.
Perhaps you could ease his fears.
What can you tell me about the farmer?
Who is the farmer?
Menalkas fears he is cursed. A visit from the Eagle Bearer could restore his faith and purpose.
I'll see what
will
I can
see
do.
what I can do for your people.
Not my people, divine Eagle Bearer. We priestesses
Wow, they missed
are
a
but
space
humble
there.
servants of your exalted greatness. When you have spoken to them, find me. My sisters and I want to prepare a proper celebration for your portentous visitation.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, what do you think is amazing in Canada is that waitstaff gets a living wage versus US? Yeah, it's definitely a whole lot better. It's not like you're getting paid, like, absolutely nothing. It still could be better. Like, I think that there is an issue with tipping culture here, just like there is in the States. I think it's worse in the States. But, like, what I would very, very much like, oh yeah, sure, I'll go around this way, is if tipping was truly meant to be like, hey, you did an awesome job, so I want to give you something extra, just as like a nice thank you for doing an amazing job. Not something that's expected to be a standard thing that goes with everything that you do. Like, especially in food service. Like, there's a lot of things that you don't really see tipping in, but largely food service. Like, for example, the building that I work at in my university recently had its food court reopen about a year ago after it had been shut down for COVID, and they have like a whole bunch of services in there. And all you do is go up to the counter, order, and then like after you order and you're putting in your payment, it's like, how much would you like to tip? 10%, 15%, 20%, 25%, whatever the heck there. When like some of the staff there seems like half dead half of the time and just seems like really bored, just like, hey, get your order in, and they're not really doing anything extra at all. And as you're paying for this thing that you just went up to the counter to be prepared for you, like, super fast, like, it's not quite like, I mean, it is basically like fast food. There's an Edo Japan, there's an Oppa there, there's a pizza place that has a, that actually has a pizza oven there, and I actually quite like them. There's a fries place, and a coffee/smoothie place, all in this small little area. It's all like one long counter, and they all share basically the same staff. So a lot of the staff will go from like preparing something in Ito to preparing something in Opa, like all back and forth and stuff like that. Like it's very compact, a lot of things in a small space. But yeah, you just order and then it's just like, how much would you like to tip? It's like, I don't know, what did you what extra did you do, really? So what my mom does nowadays when she wants to get food from there is she's gotten into a lot better of a habit of keeping more cash on a person. And if she goes to get lunch from there, she pays in cash. Because when you pay in cash, you're not asked about a tip. Because the staff, they don't want to actually ask you about a tip. They wouldn't want to do that. Be like, hey, how much of this should I keep for a tip? They're not gonna, that's not something they're gonna ask you. But the machine asking that and you selecting an option on the screen, like that's the kind of thing that, like that's just standard. That's just the automatic thing. What is going on with my chat? Why is it like half faded out today? Whoa, and now it's gone. There's weird things going on with it. It's spooky. Like no one wants to ask that. They just want like the machine to ask it for them. But if you have all these big things displayed like 10%, 15%, I don't even think 10% is an option anymore. I think 10% used to be an option. Now I think it's just 15%, 20%, 25%, maybe 30%. I don't know. I don't think that 10% is like an option anymore. Like you can always go custom option and type something like that in. Or you could click no tip. But when you're presented something like that with the way that the culture is, like it feels like a really dick move to be hitting no tip. Like it doesn't feel right with the way that tipping culture is here. So what is going on with this dudo? So yeah, my mom and I have just gotten used to like paying in cash when we go there. Because if you pay in cash, no one asks you about a tip.
I don't think we've ever met.
Hey? Who?
So yeah, judge us if you want, but...
Yes, me. Tell me what's wrong.
But yeah, an okie doke Delta thingy. I do appreciate you stopping by and hanging out. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night.
Filling my head with visions and fears. I cannot work and my crops wither.
How do you get
Why
cursed?
did the gods curse you?
I do not know what I did. I've heard the voices of the gods day and night since I took over the farm after my father passed. The voices won't let me sleep, nor rest, and the farm is so much work.
What is the curse?
What is the curse?
The gods speak of terrifying things. That the sky will open and drown the fields and my farm. That dark, writhing things will come from the ground and feast on my crops and on my flesh. That the earth will open and swallow us whole.
Let's get our hands
I'll look around the
dirty.
farm and see if I can find out what has befallen you.
Thank you, Eagle Bearer. You are of Olympus. They will listen to you.
Perhaps. But first, I must determine if this truly is the work of the gods, or if your plight is of a more earthly nature.